last time I finished the footer section down here, styling it, one thing I forgot to add are the actual links to each social media platform, network, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go ahead and create those custom fields, and they're actually going to be, I'm going to create like a global settings panel for the install. This is where Jamie or whoever is helping her can log in and kind of update information throughout the site as opposed to a page by page basis like we've been making it. To do that, you do need to create a new options page is what it's called. We need to actually assign that because currently there is no option pages that exist. So to do that, I don't know the exact code, but I know it is on the Advanced Custom Fields website. We need to add something to our functions file to make this possible. Let me go to the documentation. Go to, let me just search options page. Option page. Okay, there's a video here if you need a real walkthrough of it. Basic usage is here, but I like to use the advanced just because I like to customize things a bit. So in our, we could go straight into our functions file. Let's see if we find a good home for it somewhere. We could throw it at the end here. I think I'm going to do another require and get a new file from our inc directory here. That we will make a new file called custom fields. So that'll be PHP. In that, we'll paste this for now. We need to open our PHP tag, but don't close it. Okay, so let's go back to our functions file real quick and update that to include that file. So you can see here, it goes to our template directory as a whole into the inc or include folder for short. And this one will be custom fields. And you can write a comment here. I already kind of know what it is, but I guess just to be consistent, I will do so. I'll just put custom fields that act independently of theme templates. Okay, that should do it. We'll go into our custom fields file again. Essentially what these are, this actually adds the page and you can add sub pages. So if you have like on settings here, see how there's the page itself, you can add as sub pages as well. I don't think we'll need sub pages. I'm going to go ahead and remove those. But be sure to, if you do add one, to use the same parent slug parameter. This is identified with this property or whatever you call it up here. So that's how they're related. So make sure you do that if you do use those. Look for the option page documentation more. And the documentation here I think is really well done compared to other plugin documents that I've come across. So for this we'll just do I don't want to, like, there's already settings. Maybe we can do advanced. Just general advanced. Do the same here. And we'll do this as well. So if you click on this, you can also set this parameter, which is an array, to not redirect. So essentially this will just open a new page. When you click on it, it should show up here once I save this file. we'll reload. So here we go. We have that advanced options. There's no custom field groups yet because we haven't created one. A neat thing that you can do is add an icon as well. Forget how or what the actual attribute is called. I think it's just called icon. We'll see. And then you can do dash icon, which is included library for, actually I think it's called dash icon. And then you do, let's look that up, dash icon. So yeah, this is included in WordPress by default. It's all your admin icons that you see on the actual admin interface, so they're pretty handy. Since this is just like advanced, we can just choose one here that's a little different from the rest. Maybe I don't know. Need something that makes sense. I don't know. How about this one? A clipboard doesn't really matter. I think that might work. We'll find out real quick if it does not. Does not. So I think it might just be icon. Okay, that's not it either. Okay, so let me Google. So let's do options, icon. Let's see if it shows here. Here we go. We have icon URL. Got it. It's hard to remember. So you can actually supply your own if you wanted to, or if you enter in a dash icon class name as shown here, it should update too. So then we have it there. Cool. So let's create a custom field group. We'll call this social links. And we'll just add a label for Facebook. I'll just make it a text area. You could make it a URL if you really wanted to. It's not a huge deal. Twitter. What was the other one? Let's look at our design. Instagram. Pinterest. And YouTube. So those, you saw I didn't prefix them with anything too crazy because they're going to be available globally on this options advanced page as we named it here. So those correspond to each other. We don't need any of that stuff. Actually, it won't even show on an option field. So let's go ahead and just publish that. Now, if we go to our advanced tab, you'll see these fields here. I don't have the actual links now, so I'm still going to stub these out, but I just want to get it set up so when we do enter that data, we can go ahead and make use of it from here as opposed to inside the code. So to update that, I'm going to just grab the variables and do my handy snippet here just to call Facebook, and Twitter, all right, and Instagram, we have Pinterest, field, YouTube, and they're all lowercase because that's the way they were named. So now that we have these, we can go ahead and use them in these links. The reason I am digging this is because we can do an if statement. So if for some reason we don't want any of these links, like Pinterest or YouTube or something, you can go ahead and just leave that field blank, and if it is, all this code won't display, which is pretty handy. So we'll do that, and if it sure means more keystrokes, but it's okay. So we'll repeat that for the rest. Try to go quick here. I'm going to copy this and do it after each ending li. So this one will be PHP if so you're basically saying if Facebook exists, but it's a Boolean. So a Boolean is a true or false return. So here, if Facebook exists, it will output. Twitter, and we'll echo. I forgot to echo Facebook. Twitter. And finally, Instagram. And if. Okay, so that should work. Cool. So for grins, I'm going to just put Facebook here in this field. The general URL, and then we'll see if that's actually linking in our. Okay, so none of them are displaying. Oh, forgot one important thing, and this will be always a gotcha. If you do an option page, you have to also pass in the option parameter when you call the variable. If you don't, it will not show up. And I could have made an excuse saying I did that on purpose, but I honestly forgot. So I usually do. It's kind of sad. All right. Now nothing will display. Okay. What did I do wrong? There's something up with our code. If Facebook, echo Facebook, and if Twitter, echo Twitter, and if Instagram, echo Instagram, and if Pinterest, and if YouTube, and if. So I'm not 100% sure what is up. PHP should output something telling us. I don't think I have debug on. I need to turn that on. Okay, I think I'll do that. I need to go into the root of the site and change a config file in our wp config to debug true. I should have done this in the first place, but really don't need it all the time. And that won't even do anything either. So, let me double check that's running. So if YouTube echo that, I mean, that should work. Weird. Oh, that's the culprit. Wow, one character. I hope that's all it is. It is. Stupid. I forgot a comma after Pinterest. And our YouTube icon is not displaying either. So, because you don't want opinion here, I can't type. Okay, sorry folks. There we go. Got it. Grand. Great. So to verify, that is linking to Facebook. If you see in the very bottom left of the browser, I can also click it just to reassure that. Oh, you saw my Facebook. Okay. Let's call that part done. I'm gonna go ahead and log out because that bar at the top is annoying. I'm glad it's still logged in though. That's nice. I guess I'm cached. Cool. There we go. So I noticed some of the stuff when it scales, it's doing crap like that, and it's kind of annoying me. But it's very close in our style. So I'm gonna go back and refine this header a bit. So the end of this video will be more or less doing stuff like that. And then finally in the next one, I'll actually get to that responsive styling, which I've been talking about the past few at the very end. So let's go ahead and tackle this real quick. I think all this is because I'm using one of our classes, which is a grid, but it's bouncing some padding on the left and right. I'm gonna remove the padding of that, mainly because it just doesn't need to be there. I don't like to target these directly, but in this case, I'm going to. So that was in the ID of intro. I'm just gonna grab that first one. I think I only used one. Yeah. Simply put, padding left none. Or 0, whatever you want to do. It should. It didn't do anything. Okay. The hell? It totally should. Maybe 0. Alright, I need to go to this view because it's auto updating. There we go. Cool. So that looks better. This is still clustered. I think the header itself needs to grow in height, so I'm gonna do that. Maybe like that high. Alright. So it's still doing that. I can work with that, I think, based on breakpoints. This image, it's really in the way of some of this stuff, so I think I'm going to actually push this intro block down a bit. It just feels crowded to me, so something like that. And maybe even grow this more. And shift this actual image down, which is right here. We targeted it this way. Needs to come down about 30 pixels. And actually, I think that was a little too much here, so we'll come back and move that section up. That's kind of what we're going for. Z-index and stuff like that is kind of messing with some of this. We could still click these links, which is good. Same with the button. That's selectable. This is clickable. One thing we still need to do, which I haven't implemented, I don't know that I will in this video series, but it's more or less just a modal that will launch a YouTube video in it. If you're not familiar with the modal, they're all over the place on the web. Essentially it launches into a new screen on top of all of this under what they commonly refer to them as light boxes. So yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and make this responsive in the next video.